And welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a reading predominantly looking at the first full moon of 2025, which is a full moon in Cancer, but it's also known as a wolf moon. We're also going to be touching slightly on some of the global events that are happening around this full moon, because I genuinely believe that it's all on many different layers, trying to show us something, teach us something, and bring something out of us to be healed on some level. So the two main global things that we're going to be touching on is the fires in California, and blessings to those that have been caught up in that, but also the energy around the inauguration. I think the inauguration, the American inauguration, is an interesting one for many different reasons. The fact that we've got the fire in California, but we know that fire is an element. The fact that what it brings up for so many people on so many levels, either whether you're for Trump or against Trump, what it brings up for the divine feminine, what it brings up for the divine masculine, what it brings up for the history of the country, what it brings up for the world. Um, Also, as well, the fact that the inauguration comes 5 days before one of the biggest planetary alignments of our modern time. I think they said, I'm going to do a separate video on that. I think it's either a million or something like a billion years or something on the 25th when when all the planets align. I mean, that's alignment at its most powerful. So we're going to do a video about that at the time near the time, but we're going to look at this full moon. So full moon in Cancer is about it's a gentle energy. Not that the full moon itself is gentle, but the Cancerian energy can be gentle. I mean, get on the wrong side of a Cancer and it can be quite nippy. Um, it's a water element. So we've got fire and we've got water. Fire in California, we've got the water coming up. We've also had the wind in California as well. And it wouldn't surprise me if we don't see some earth things coming up. So either the Schumann or some volcanoes, earthquake type things, anything to do with the earth. And if we don't see that, then maybe these are times to ground, to focus on, that's it. These are times to focus on our grounding abilities. We have to be the earth. And if you think about the human body and the soul, we are all four elements. So when the world is on fire, water, wind, we have to be the earth. We have to ground at this time because when there's the fire energy, I mean, if you're like me and you're really susceptible to the elements, like I can tell when it's going to snow, I can tell when it's going to rain, I can feel it in my bones. Do you know what I mean? Um, and it affects me. It affects me. You know, I can actually tell in the morning when I wake up and it's been snowing with the energy before I even look out. But it's also in another part of the world. I get affected by it. And especially with this California one, because there's a lot of debris to be transmuted in that. Um, so there's a lot going on. I've got three decks in front of me. I've got the Tarot of Traditions. I've got the Dragon Oracle, which I haven't used on my channel for ages, but it literally leaped out at me. And look, the fire. It's the Dragon Oracle by Diana Cooper. It's the Dragon Oracle cards. And then this deck literally actually fell off my shelf. It fell off my shelf, and it's the Mystic Magdalene. Now, in relation by Cheryl Yamrat Rose matches my top. In the online yesterday on my Instagram and my Facebook, I posted a picture of the Mother Mary, a Mother Mary statue that had survived the fires. Then because good old algorithm and all of that, when you start to talk about or publish stuff, it sends you other stuff like that. And there's been many other symbolic things that have survived the fires. And I think one of you, apologies if I'm wrong, was it Kuan Yin? One of you said your friend or relative had a Kuan Yin statue that had also survived. Now, whether you believe in the religious aspect of it, there's also crosses that have survived. It doesn't matter. It's about the rising of the divine feminine energy frequency on this planet. There's also a statue of Joseph that survived as well. Again, don't get caught up in the religious side of it. It's the divine feminine, the divine masculine that is trying to show us something. Okay, and I just thought that was really, really interesting. Let's have a sip of tea. I was doing, you know what I do? If you've had a session with me or you've seen me, I don't know, doing a card in here, sometimes I'll do the parting of the decks where I will just part the deck and pick a card. I did that this morning for the Californian fires. And I says, give me a fire. No, give me a card for the Californian fires. And I got this, which is the Tower card. Now, oh my God. I mean, number one, it gives me Twin Towers vibes. So already at the time of filming, we know there's things coming up about how it started. And I also believe, as an energy reader that, and as a life navigator, and as a life participator, that there's always many reasons for many things. It's never just, it's that, and it's that. Well, it's not black and white, it's many shades of grey. But this is a tower moment. So we've got explosion on the physical, fire is an explosive, but it's clearing something, it's clearing the tower. Now, the tower can look very different for everyone. We know that there are some very heavy energies within that part of the world, but I also want to say as well, there's a reason why certain energies choose to be in certain places of the world. Now, America has some amazing spiritual places. I genuinely believe that. Some of the mountains you've got, honestly, the ley lines, I mean, come on, it's an a powerful, you know, why do you think that certain people want to be there? I say the powers that were. Um, so California, take away Hollywood. California will have some amazing energies. And I bet for those people that are there anchoring the light there, I mean, it's an amazing place. You know, if you know how to look after yourself and you know where to go, what not to do, etc. But this is a clearing. It's a light bulb moment. It's clearing something from the world that no longer needs to be there. It's bringing something up. So it's a tower moment. It's a clearing. So this reading may be a bit like whoosh, all over the place. So first of all, show me the energy of the full moon in Cancer. Full moon in Cancer. Full moon in Cancer. January 2025. Ooh, right. Okay, there's two falling out. We've got the illusionary energy coming up. We've got three cards, I think, that have fallen out. So we've got the wish. What's your wish? The Knight of Cups. We've got the Strength card. And we've got the Ace of Cups. And the Dove of Peace. I'll keep falling, not shuffling. We've got the Ten of Cups, which is your happy ever after energy. The hearth and the home, which Cancer represents. We've got the Empress, which Cancer represents, but also the divine feminine energy and the creativity. We've got the Two of Cups, which is my internal world and my external world. We've got the High Priestess, which again can represent illusion, but she also represents the waters of the body, intuition, expansion. Also, as well with this High Priestess, I'm feeling it's a little bit of keeping your own counsel. What day? I can't remember what day it was, but there was a certain day where I was just like, I am sick of this energy at the minute on the planet of I know, I know, I know, I know. Something happens in the world. I know what it is. I know what it is. I know what it is. I know this. I've read this. I've seen this. I feel this. And what I felt the world needs right now is the observers, the deep thinkers. Not the I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know what it is. It's that energy. Remember when you were in school and there was always that pupil in school? Yes, miss, I know what it is. Annoying, much. It's more of a keeping your own counsel because there's when the at the minute with the world, because there's so much energy within the world, light and dark energy, we have to be careful what we do with our energy, especially when there's an aspect when there's a part of the world in flames. So, Four of Wands, which is a celebration, an achievement. Take one card from each deck. So, full moon in Cancer, full moon in Cancer, full moon in Cancer. Deep blue dragon keeps you safe by clearing your pathway. Trust that you are protected. Walk on a path of light. So many paths are being cleared. Fire clears paths. Full moon in Cancer. Full moon in Cancer. Ooh. Full moon in Cancer. Awake in the dream. Embrace new possibilities. We've got the Blu-ray here as well. Salome, ecstatic dance at the bottom. So, in a world where you're being fed this energy of inauguration dramas, fire stuff, other stuff, I can't sit here and mention everything that's in the news or everything on social media. This is a real time to, yes, be aware of the world, but also know that we must keep our focus on creating. We had the Empress in this reading. So again, one of the things that came to me whilst I was getting ready to do this video was a lot of our big portals now, moons, eclipses, planetary alignments, Lionsgate, solstices, a lot of the collective big portals, you'll possibly find that there will be big events near these times. Now, in some respects, it's happening organically. In some respects, there could be some sabotage at play. In some respects, there could be some illusion, but it gives us the perfect opportunity to not go off our path. Because it's really easy, especially when you've been observing the world for some time, to see certain things come up in the world and get really lost in it. Because one of the things that my guide said to me, because I started to look really deeper into the fires, was observe from above, don't sink into it, because sinking into it, you bring that energy into your energy. So observe from above. Being the observer right now is more powerful than being in it, sunk in it, losing yourself in it. What can I create? What can I create in my world going forward? What is this teaching me? There's going to be a lot coming up about the internal world and how we are manifesting. I mean, manifesting this. I mean, this year going forward, the energy of manifestation, how we use our voice, our intentions. It's going to be shown as an. Do you know what I'm also feeling as well? Some of this can be downright exhausting. But I was shown an analogy this morning. It's brutal. It's a bit of a TMI one. It's not brutal actually. You know when you go to the toilet, you go for a wee or a poo. You go for a wee or a poo, don't you? You don't go, oh, why am I weeing again? Why am I pooing again? You just do it, don't you? So why, when stuff comes up in our life, be it our moods, our attitude, our past, our fears, our insecurities, why do we flip out? Why is this coming up to be cleared? Because it just is. It just is. So when you're going through this full moon, whatever you're feeling, don't analyze it, if that makes sense. Let there's a lot of, take it away from the global stage, but your own internal illusion as well, your illusion with the world. Also, as well with this high priestess, as I gaze at her, I'm looking down because she's here. Um, there's a tendency with current energies and possibly going forward to really get sad with the world and feel heartbroken and feel despondent with the world and feel this world's a bad place, etc. It's okay to be there for a while, but we mustn't stay there. Because remember that as the tower comes in to be cleared, there's new energy coming in to bring something in that's new. Okay, I'll say that again. There's new energy coming in to bring about something new. Also, as well, what I'm hearing is, and this can be a trigger, is to welcome in these events in our world, not as a Hollywood's burning, not like that, but as in, wow, here is something else here to teach me something. Here, and this is the same with the inauguration, Trump, etc. Here is another opportunity for me to learn. If you've watched the Hitler channel in, I mean, everything that comes into our world on a personal level, a collective level, a global level is coming, or human being that comes in is teaching us something. They're giving us an opportunity to grow. I also want to take this opportunity to go slightly into the inauguration. Um, in America, I know many people, many clients that I've had over the past few weeks since Trump came in, especially female clients or males that are really can balance their feminine energy, feel it for women for various different reasons. Take it away from Trump, but there is still an energy on this planet of wanting to suppress women. You will see women publicly brought down on a regular basis, but you'll very rarely see a man brought down. If you do, it comes for a bit and then it disappears and nobody talks about it. But, people, when a woman is brought down, it goes on for years and it gets harder and harder for her to be able to move forward, to start again, because people are like a dog with a bone. Um, this is also when we're given when we're shown an opportunity where there feels like there is a suppression of the divine feminine energy, and there is right now on this world. Um, it's actually a blessing because it's giving us the encouragement to firmly step into your divine feminine energy, to rise up. There's nothing worse than getting complacent on the spiritual path. And actually, with some of the characters that we've got in the world right now, we're not going to be able to get complacent on our spiritual path. We're not just going to be able to plod along. It is what it is. Plod on, eat, sleep, rave, repeat, eat, sleep, rave, repeat. These are going to cause I can remember when Trump got in that day was a strange old day because I went online and there were some people that were just blasting off left, right, and centre. Chaos. But then there were some people that were saying, I'm really hurt, I'm really scared, and they were being of service. And I actually saw some amazing posts that day from people that, especially people that had a fear around it or a doubt around it or an issue around it. And it was like, had this not have happened, you wouldn't have had the opportunity to do this and put that energy out into the world. And energy is like this, you can grasp it or you can ignore it. And that's your choice and that's your prerogative. And I've seen it rumbling since. Many people coming up with much wisdom and much unity consciousness. I've also seen the other side of the coin where people are stirring the flames and using it as a moment to bring down. Um, It's the same with the fires as well. These statues that are surviving, the animals have played a big role in this fire. And seeing some of these animals struggling, you feel it in your heart, but you can also feel your heart opening. Um, the trees are playing a big role in this fire. Um, Normal everyday people are playing a big role in this fire. The elite are playing a big role in this fire, and the press in a flyer in this fire in relation to how many things have you seen online? You know, Miss X's house or Mr. X's house burnt to the ground, and you're like, what about all the people that don't have insurance? That because there was something about the insurance policies, or people that don't have money, or people that don't. It's not the fifth house they've got. It's not the holiday home. It's their home. So there's been so many gifts that have kept on giving during this moment. Right, we're going to go into looking at the fires. I'll put that card back in the deck. So, Californian fires in relation to the full moon in Cancer, in relation to the full moon in Cancer, fires in California. What are they? Show me the energy. Show me the energy of them. Show me the energy of them. Show me the energy of them. Oh, why have I said them? Now, that could be that there's numerous fires in different parts of California or them. Show me the fires. Show me the energy around the fires in California. January 2025. in relation to the full moon. Do you want to see the bottom card? The devil. Okay. The offering. Four of Cups. I'll go into these cards a little bit deeper once I've pulled them, yeah. The Queen of Wands, the rising divine feminine, but also the fire energy. The Page of Wands, the new beginning. The Lovers, which is choice and healing. The Knight of Wands, which you've got your idea here with the page and you can take it forward. The King of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles. And the Star. Each side. So, at the root of this reading, for obvious reasons, we have the devil. You know, for some people, fire represents the devil. For me, it doesn't. But we've got this devil energy. We've got this heavy, dense energy at the bottom of this reading. And we'll have many aspects of it that we don't understand. But ultimately, what comes from this is the star, which is clarity and healing and light bulb moments. That's interesting as well, how I've got them laid on my desk, the cards. We've got the Queen of Wands and we've got the King of Swords. That's how I've got them laid on my desk, yeah. Um, It's interesting that it's the Queen of Wands because it would be unnatural for people to be running around going, Namaste. You know, everything's wonderful, everything's fine, it's all going to be okay. It's just clearing. When you see fire and animals getting killed and all kinds of things in homes and people's memories, there's going to be that, oh, you're going to feel it. And the people that are experiencing that are going to feel it. So the Queen of Wands comes in and says it's okay to feel. Right now, it's not about stepping into your Queen of Cups energy. Your Queen of Cups energy can come afterwards where you need to process. But right now, Queen of Wands is about the fiery queen, the rising divine feminine energy. New shoots coming in. I'm going to do a clarifier for that King of Swords. Clarifier for the King of Swords. The Two of Swords and the Victory card. Whatever was behind this, how it gets alchemized, whatever was behind it, how it gets alchemized is going to be a game changer. And I genuinely believe that every soul on this planet, even the ones that really trigger us, comes here to show us something. Everyone is playing a part in this. You know, so for example, take it back to you. Say this is a one-on-one session. You say to me, Claire, I'm going through a divorce. There will be a point pre-incarnation where you and hubby or you and that other person, wife, sat pre-incarnation to discuss what you needed to learn. And if you as a soul needed to learn what it is to go through divorce, go through that heartbreak, having to come back, a soul will say, well, I'll tell you what, I'll come and be that person that does that for you. So however it started, yes, there's the underbelly energy there, but there's also the fact that this is another divine event that was needed to come in to clear something so that we get to go forward. I also feel as well that this is going to have a profound effect on the movie industry, on the music industry. Um, it's also going to be, I'm also getting visions of everyday people coming up, and also as well, that not all rich and famous, you know, even people that you thought their bodies coming in to help. Does that make sense? Um, this is going to give an opportunity for people to roll up their sleeves and get back to grassroots, to roll up their sleeves and actually put their energy into being of service and helping to rebuild. Um, And it could even, I know there's a thing, isn't there? I can't remember what year it is. 2028. There was a plan for California in 2028 or LA. Okay, fair enough. But there's also a new Earth planet play here um, to rebuild something back. And look at that as well. Look how these two cards fall together. The Lovers and the Star card. The Lovers and the Star card going forward. Enlightenment, healing, choice. The fire has also helped to cleanse a lot of the ley lines in LA that were blocked and damaged due to various things. Um, it was interesting, you know. A few weeks ago, I was thinking about a trip to America, and I kept thinking I'd like to go to California. I would like to go there and just see the energy and just feel into that. I don't believe in going. "Oh, I'm not going there because it's heavy." It's like in the Hitler thing, Auschwitz came up about me going there in the future. But every time I thought about California, I just saw flames, and I was like, "Oh, is there a fire coming?" I wish I'd actually said it on a video, but there wasn't an opportunity to say it on a video. I don't know why I'm telling you that, but yeah. So fire's playing a role in that. Let's do a card on that in the full moon and the fires in California. Full moon and the fires in California. The fruit of the vine, abundance and growth. Taking people back to bare basics. I am the grail. Hold on to your power. Hold on to your power. Not your power over someone, but your own internal power. The fruit of the vine, abundance and growth. If you think, it's known as La La Land. I know not everyone that lives in that part of the world is rich, but there's going to be an energy coming from this of really reminding people of the bare basics, of the abundance. Abundance is a complex subject. Um, you can have someone that's a multi-billionaire or a multi-millionaire and they don't feel abundant. Yet you could have someone that lives in a very simple house or a simple apartment, doesn't have much, but what they do have, they love. So that warming cup of tea, that warming cup of soup, that blanket that you get given to cover you, shock and horror like that reminds you of bare basics. When you're faced with losing your life, it reminds you of all kinds of things. When you've had a really bad illness or an accident, and one of the things it's meant to teach you is the glory of this body, that what it is to be able to wipe your own ass, what it is to be able to feed yourself, what it is to be able to run with your grandchildren or run with you. So when something comes up physically, it's meant to be reminding us of the beauty of the body, that a lot of the things we worry about is stuff for nonsense. And what we should be taking pride in and what we should be nurturing are the very simple things. Um, right, we'll do going forward for California. Oops, going forward for California. That's interesting. Temperance and the star nearly fell out again. So temperance is balance and the star. Going forward for California since the fires. Going forward for California since the fires. She's hated. You can't make this up, can you? Can't make it up. I said to you, didn't I? You got your Queen of Wands because right now you need to be in your Queens of One energy, transmuting it going forward. Getting your, if for those that are there, getting your sleeves rolled up. I mean, it can be donating. This can be soup kitchens. So there's Queen of Wands, and I said, and then your Queen of Cups comes afterwards when you can go into self care and process. And here she comes, Queen of Cups, which is self care stepping into your heart. Whether you're in California or whether you're an observer, and justice, karma, karmic balancing. This is all part of the karma clearing. It's all part of the justice that needs to come into the planet to clear it. And we've got the star card. Is it Hollywood or that part of the world where there's all the stars on the pavement, or is that all over America? Or where's that place? That's the Chinese theatre, isn't it? Where they put the hands in and right in the thing. But anyway, those stars are the ones we've all obsessed about. We've all wanted to go to America and see those stars on the floor, or the stars with the names on, or see the China. I'm sure it's a Chinese theatre. Let me know in the comments. We've all at one point in our life kind of want to go see that. But actually, we're being asked, do we know this? To step away from the idolization of celebrity and famous people and come back to our own. Two of Pentacles, but this isn't just going to happen straight away. There's a transitional period. Here he is, Mr. Juggler. There's a transitional period. We've still got a foot there. There's still going to be that stuff in Hollywood. There's still going to be questionable movies and music and all of that. But we're transitioning into something else. Especially if you live there and you class yourself as a light worker or someone that's come to be of assistance, it's really important now for you to do your work, not to sit there looking at the deep, dark dangerous stuff, but to really concentrate on anchoring in that light and being of service where you can. Say that. We've got the Queen of Swords coming in, the Divine Feminine, that we'll call them the underbelly energies that can't be there anymore. They have to be cleared. We have to tap into ancient wisdom coming on board. And it feels as though I don't know anything about California, its ley lines, but it feels as though that ancient wisdom that's there has a chance to come back on grid. We've got the tower clearing. It may not be the last event that you see like that. Wheel of Fortune, Fated. Oh, I was going to take one more, but I'll take two because I pulled off two at the same time. And we've got the Priestess, and we've got the Two of Cups. So intuition, flow, being aware that there's stuff going on, but not sinking into it. She's aware at the bottom of her in the waters, she's aware of the illusion, but she's standing tall and the working on your inner relationship with yourself so that the divine can come in. Going forward. So I feel positive with those cards. Even before I pulled cards, I felt that that's here to teach us something, clear something so we can go ahead. Because some of that stuff that's there, it needs to be cleared. When I'm working shamanically, we'll work with the element of fire when there's something that needs to be shifted. And there was stuff that needed to be shifted. Oops. Magdalene meditating retreat. So there's a need. I've got the wolves, the full wolf moon that we're in now. So there's a need here to retreat as well. Also, that's interesting. I'm getting that in the future. I know this is already happening, but Hollywood. Why is it called Hollywood, California? Anyway, that area of the world. I'm not a geography teacher, and this ain't a geography lesson. That area of the world. You're going to see as we go forward, more and more people setting up retreats, and because at the minute there's an imbalance of energy, more and more retreat type things, more and more people, healers setting up units and holistic centers and doing the stuff that I do, coming from that part of the world. Um, because America is a powerful place. It's a hugely powerful place, which is why the powers that were want to be there and have a little bit of that. But it's starting to transfer back around to where it needs to be. Dolman, this fades. Silence. It's what I said. I possibly said those words wrong, by the way. Silence. The people at the minute are going, no, that's not what we do. It's about silence. It's about being able to observe. So the ones that are silent, not just keeping their mouth shut, not that energy, but the ones that are on and on and on and on and like a stuck record. Um, we don't want that energy. That's 3D energy. That's the past energy. So going into silence, giving yourself an opportunity to be silent, to process. And this is whether you're in America or whether you're in another part of the world. Because if you're like me and you get affected by weather things, you'll need that. Ooh, I like that colour. Get in. Dusky Pink Dragon from Andromeda, I always say that as wrong as well, prepares all your chakras to embody higher love. Accept and radiate higher love. Touch others with its flame. So, going forward from this, there will be a lot of love energy coming in. We're working up towards the um 14th of February portal as well. I know that's been commercialized, but it's also a portal of love. So there will be love energy coming out of this. You're going to see people that just want to hold on to the dark with this, and that's fine. But you're also going to see portals of love opening up. And we've got again the same color palette, which is pinks and greens. Emerald Dragon brings in healing and cosmic abundance. Good fortune is coming. Let your thoughts support your divine perfection. Align with your fifth dimensional blueprint. I would say as well, if you're affected by any of this, pink crystals like, can I reach it? Like that. Pink crystals, um, rose quartz, wearing pink, wearing like the emerald colours, emerald green, um, making up an altar if you want to be of assistance, making up an altar. When I say being of assistance, don't try to heal the dark, deep, horrible stuff. Yeah, don't try to do that. It's already happening. There's other beings in this universe doing that. What I mean is holding space for the animals, holding space for humanity going forward. Don't try and think you're going to go in and start healing, you know, because you'll become ill. Unless you really know what you're doing, it's not worth it. It really isn't. Know that that is been cleared, and know that as a collective force, that's already happening anyway. I'm also being shown many cinemas closing. Now, back in the day, the cinema can be a really good thing to do, getting with a good friend, getting some popcorn, getting some sweeties, some chocolate, going for a meal or whatever. But, and that's interesting, theatre will take over where cinema left off, if that makes sense. More people want to go to the theatre. More people are becoming aware that movies ain't what they used to be, and music's not what it used to be. And more people are coming into books, especially the classics. Um, More people are wanting to go to theatres or to see. I'm being sure, like in this country, they're called like amateur dramatic societies, where you'd go to your local church hall and your local amateur dramatic society. More stuff like that, because I'm also being shown. Is it the Menac Theatre in Cornwall? Let me know in the comments. And Shakespeare's Globe in London, that kind of thing. So when we go, oh, the cinemas are going to close, oh, the movies are going, other things will become stronger, if that makes sense. Other things that are wholesome, that when you leave, you feel a bit of a buzz, not, ooh, what symbols have I just absorbed there? Anyway, songs of songs, express your love. Express. Oh, we've done this. I'm sure we've done this reading. We've done this deck before. Oh well. Anyway, we'll pull it again. Songs of love. So this is unity consciousness. So hopefully, in relation to the fires, that's helped to bring some clarity, assistance, insights. I'm going to briefly touch on the inauguration because that is building up as well, and we'll look at that later near the time with the cacao chats that we're going to be doing in relation to the inauguration. So, how is this full moon impacting the inauguration? So, how is this full moon in Cancer? So, again, Cancer is hearth and home. Whoops. Here we go. Joking. Eight of Swords is restriction. Again, we've got the woman, she's surrounded by swords, but actually, Eight of Swords is about rising. It's this kind of a card where you go, you know what? You can change your life, you can change your job. You're just pretending that you're stuck. It's that type of a card. It's about releasing. It's about releasing. We've got the King of Swords at the bottom. So, King of Swords, when he's in his power, he's analytical mind, he's a writer, he can be a judge, he's about making big life decisions. When he's not in his power, he can be quite toxic. So we've got this let's call it the patriarchal energy at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So we've got that. It's an inauguration, which is a patriarchal event. We've got a male president coming in, which is patriarchal energy because he's male. Okay. And you know, he's from a certain generation, so he will have to be looking at clearing his patriarchal energy, as many men from a certain generation are having to do. We've got many burdens. We've got the Ten of Wands here, having to place our burdens down. We've got Five of Wands, which is the battles. We've got the Eight of Wands needing to go forward. We've got the Two of Wands, the world is in your hands. We've got the Ten of Swords, I can't take this anymore. We've got the Hearth and the Home, Ten of Cups. And we've got the Ace of Wands. So we've got an inauguration happening in America at the time of this filming. It's all set for the 20th. This is a time we can view it. You can view any event as anything you want to view it as. You can view it as deep, dark, and dangerous, or you can view it as this is giving me an opportunity to heal something within me. So this is about letting go of our burdens, and our burdens can be our fears about it, him, them, whatever. Okay. It's not allowing ourselves to get into external battles. It's not allowing ourselves to get in internal battles with ourselves. And if we do find ourselves in those situations, analysing it from a higher perspective, it's allowing others to have their opinions as well. And this is both sides, allowing others to have their opinion. To be able to sit in a room with someone that doesn't have your opinion or belief system is actually quite liberating when we open our heart. It's seen this as an opportunity to move forward, regardless of who is in power. This is an opportunity that this person, they said this being then, we're all beings. This person, being, soul in meat, bodysuit, got great in trouble for saying meat suit once. This spirit in bodysuit is giving us another opportunity and many opportunities to explore things within our lives, our reactions, to step out of fear and into love, to know that the world is in the palm of your hands for you to be able to expand. This energy here is not going to serve you. If you're going to go into this inauguration like this, it's going to get heavier. It's going to get heavier and heavier. You get choice. So around the inauguration, am I going to be this or am I going to be this? Where I've worked through all my cups, my each emotion, and I'm at peace with it. I'm at peace with the waters of my body. And, what am I going to be putting out into the world that day? Am I going to be putting out into the world that day this energy, backstab, betrayed, fear? Or am I going to go and go forward and put something else out? Because if you've come to this planet as a human being, you're an alchemist. And when you start to step into your alchemist, you realize the importance of this. And then we get the Ace of Wands, which is going forward and creating something. So the stuff around this, it's all everything's interlinked. Everything's interlinked. Rhythm of the heart, awaken your dream. Again, divine feminine energy rising. That looked like the Tor, but it's a stone circle. Anyway, it's a stone circle that looks like Tor. Drumming can help that day if you've got your drum. If you do any work that day, please don't do it against him or against his party. If you want to do something of service that day, again, it's like the Hollywood thing. Don't do it to try and clear the holy weird stuff. Do it for the rising new earth energy. So that day, if you want to drum, rattle, sing, dance, meditate, set up a grid, do it for the divine feminine, divine masculine. By doing that, you're actually birthing, you're creating something. If you're going to do it against him, you're going to have a karmic payback with that. Okay. Because that's not what we do when we step into 4D and 4 and 5D. We don't go attacking people no matter who they are. Either verbally, spell-wise, hex-wise, energy-wise. We are master creators going forward. Black Dragon. Cocoons you so that your divine potential grows. Meditate, reflect, undergo a metamorphosis. Kuan Yin's pink dragon brings firm love that resets your karmic balance. See all your cords dissolved by transcendent love. Enjoy your freedom. Look for the divine around you. So these are really, 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 really important times. So I'm going to dab my... I did have water. I was talking about that. Only joking. But again, feminine flow, tears that need to be shed. Um, we'll leave it there. We'll revisit it nearer the time. The next time we'll be talking about the inauguration will be during the cacao chat, which will be going live possibly around the 17th, 18th, and 19th of January. So sending you my blessings for this full moon going forward. Hope you've enjoyed that video. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.